Hello and welcome to Executive Communication. My name is Dr. Michael Edmondson, and this video explains the 4 components of the class. We will be building each component throughout the semester, so it's important to take a few moments to examine how they relate to one another. The picture that you should have in your mind throughout this entire semester is that of a tree. Now, a tree isn't developed overnight. I mean, that's common sense, but what we need to remember are all the different components of a tree's growth. And that's a good analogy for how we're going to work this semester. At the end of the semester, you're going to have a communication tree, a very sophisticated, dynamic, and intricate communication tree. After all, this class is executive communication, and you will develop your communication skills so that you can become a more effective executive. So let's take a look at the very first component of the class. Part 1 of the class is known as foundation, and the analogy here is that of a seed for the tree. And what you're going to do for the very first assignment as part of this Part 1 foundation is an introductory video and article on communication and leadership. Now that's a separate video, and there's instructions online on what to do for that. But that is the first assignment within the first part of this class. The second assignment is something called a topic tree and a statement of interest. Now the topic tree is a diagram that illustrates the primary, secondary, and tertiary topics related to your chosen topic for the semester. And the statement of interest is a brief essay on why you have chosen the tertiary topic that you did. Now this is important because, like the seed, it forms the foundation of your communication tree that you're going to wind up with at the end of the semester. The third component of Part 1, the foundation, is a series of resources, articles, reports, videos, and other information related to your chosen topic for the semester and what you're going to need to include in your final report. It's very important to understand that these 3 components, especially the topic tree, statement of interest, and resources, form the foundation for Part 2, which is known as research. Without a proficient demonstration of these topics, it will be difficult, if not impossible, to move forward. So it's highly unlikely that if you miss one of these assignments, that you'll be able to continue, because each assignment builds upon the next. So please be aware of the deadlines. The second part of this class is known as research. This is where the seed germinates. With the proper amount of water, sunlight, and care, the seed breaks through the ground and you start to see the beginning of a tree. Now, what's involved in Part 2 here of research? Well, the first assignment is a series of objectives. The objectives is a list of things that your final report will address. And again, with each of these assignments, there will be separate instructions on how to accomplish each one. Second assignment here in Part 2 of research is history. You will need to provide a brief background so that the reader can understand your chosen topic for the semester. Without the history, it's very difficult for one to understand why you've chosen what you've chosen for the semester. After you've created a brief history, you will then turn your attention to the current trends related to your chosen topic for the semester. By providing the history and the trends, the reader will have an understanding of the background as well as the current situation related to your topic, and an effective executive communicator provides both during their discussions. An effective executive communicator also will provide a series of issues that might impact your chosen topic for the semester. And again, just like we mentioned with Part 1, these 4 components, the objectives, the history, the trends, and the issues, form the foundation for Part 3, known as publication. Without a proficient demonstration of these topics, it will be difficult, if not impossible, to move forward. So, please be aware of your deadlines And make sure that if you have corrections to one, you do them as you work on the next assignment. Now, part 3, as we just said, is known as publication. So now we have the trunk formation of the tree. We've taken care of the seed. We've helped it germinate. And now we're working on part 3, the formation of the trunk, what we'll know as publication. This publication has several components. The first is images and graphs. These are the various illustrations you will include in your final report. The summary is the last thing you'll write once your report is finished. The executive summary highlights key findings related to your chosen topic for the semester. It's rather difficult to write a summary if you have not completed the final report. And finally, the final report, which you'll do in conjunction with the summary. It's the complete text, including all charts, images, and graphics. So you'll kind of write the summary and final report together over a series of 2 weeks during the semester. And this, again, is not, even though it says final report, it's actually sort of the midway through the assignments this semester, because we still have a whole nother component of the class to go through. And just like we said before, the final report forms the foundation for part 4, distribution. Without a complete final report with a concise and compelling summary and related images and graphs, it will be difficult, if not impossible, to move forward. And finally, the last part of the semester, the last part of the class, is the full tree with branches and leaves, also known as the distribution component of the class. Here you're going to develop a series of communication tools to help people understand your chosen topic. The first is a press release. You will learn how to write a press release, which is an announcement related to one specific aspect of your chosen topic. You're then going to write an editorial, which is an opinion piece related to one specific aspect of your chosen topic. Please remember that each of these elements in the distribution phase all refer back to your final report. That's why it's a necessity to have a strong, clear, and compelling final report. You're then going to create a social media packet, which is a series of entries related to various aspects of your chosen topic. And once again, there will be instructions on how to do all of this throughout the semester. You're going to create an infographic, which is a mosaic of statistical and related information presented in one graphic. This is extremely important nowadays to help summarize information. You're also going to create a podcast or a video. You choose a podcast or a video related to one aspect of your chosen topic. And the very last thing that you will create this semester is a single web page related to your topic. So these components, the press release, the editorial, the social media entries, the infographic, the podcast or video, and the web page, are the 6 final elements of the class that allow your trunk to have branches and leaves. So it's very important that you take care of part 1, which is the seed. If you do that, then you can move on to part 2, germination. Take care of the seed, let it grow. Then it becomes starts to form a trunk into part 3. You finalize your publication. Once you have a final report, you can then create your tree with branches and leaves. So again, these 4 components all work together. And I need to stress this. In order to proceed from one part to the next, you really have to do a good job with each one. That's a quick explanation of the 4 components of the class for executive communication. My name is Dr. Michael Edmondson. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you. Have a great day.